What's going on, everybody? Liam O'Reilly, Vermont Economic Realtor. Hope you're doing well. Wanted to talk today about a couple articles that are a little bit older, but they, in my opinion, are still very relevant to today's housing market. One of them is about the number of homes being purchased with cash. The other is about the share of first-time homebuyers and how it is the lowest share of homes purchased, how first-time homebuyers have the lowest share of homes purchased on record since they started recording it. So let's take a look at these articles. We'll start here on Redfin. Share of homes bought with all cash hits highest level since 2014, which I mean, there's a couple interesting things about this chart. You can see here, highest level since 2014. So during the pandemic in 2020, 2021, 2022, I'm sure you folks read the headlines and heard YouTubers or your friends and family talk about how there are a ton of cash buyers out there. It's just interesting to see here how there's more cash buyers now than there were during those really competitive times and the huge run up in prices that we've seen over the past few years. Also, something that I'm not sure what to make of it, but look at the cyclical nature of cash buyers. You can see here, it looks like cash buyers peak out in the winter each year. Now, this isn't number of homes sold, this is percentage of all homes sold. So it should be, relatively, I would think it'd be relatively consistent, regardless of the season. But as you can see here, it's not when you look at the data. So um, anyway, number of homes purchased all cash is at 31.9%. Last time we saw it, this high was in February or so, winter of 2014. Something also to keep in mind about this chart is just because this doesn't take into account all offers that were made with cash. Okay? So something that was pretty common over the past few years is, say you have rich parents or parents who are relatively well off, maybe not even that rich. Maybe, I mean, they have like $700,000 or something like that, and you want to purchase a $200,000 condo. Now, what a lot of parents are doing is they know that you're never going to get your offer accepted when there's 8 other offers and probably 3 of them are cash. But they want you to get the home and you want to get a mortgage. So what they'll do is they'll submit an offer with showing the proof of funds of 700,000 or whatever, the proof of funds to purchase the condo. And then after you get under contract, you will apply for a mortgage and do your best to either close on that mortgage before you the transaction is over during the purchase and sale process, or refinance and essentially take out a mortgage after you've closed on the property and paid for it with cash. So just because, I guess something to keep in mind is that even though 31.9% of home buyers uh, used all cash in October of 2022, that probably is under the amount of offers or the percentage of buyers who offered cash when they made their purchase. Also, 30% is a lot. About a third of all buyers out there are purchasing with cash. That's a lot of cash. The next article I wanted to show here was this. I don't know if you can see it with the camera there. Yes, you can. NAR finds share of first-time homebuyers smaller and older than ever before, which is very, very interesting. If we go down to this paragraph here, first-time homebuyers made up only 26% of all buyers, down from 34% last year, and a peak of 50% in 2010. So only about a quarter of the homes sold were sold to first-time homebuyers. I mean, that just tells you that the winners in this market are people that have owned homes before. I mean, 75% of the people who are purchasing homes have owned a home before, probably have equity in their home, or are in a well positioned financially and are purchasing a second home. And then same here. We move to the next line. The age of the typical first-time home buyer was 36, up from 33. And then the repeat buyer increased as well. The median expected home tenure for first-time homebuyers was 18 years, the highest ever recorded and up from 10 years in 2021. Now, something, a little caveat about this data is this is surveyed data from NAR, and they surveyed, let's see here, they sent out 153,000 surveys. They got about 5,000 back, and that is what they're using to come up with their data. So first-time home buyers, there's less of them in the market. There's more people purchasing cash than we've seen since 2014. So how do you succeed as a first-time home buyer? Something that they mentioned in that survey is that first-time home buyers that they surveyed have moved further than ever before in years past as well. So the median miles away from the median move that homebuyers made was 50 miles away from the place that they were living previously. So first-time homebuyers are moving to more rural areas where there's a little bit less competition, there's less buyers. That, I think, is a great strategy for somebody who's looking to purchase their first property. I mean, something to keep in mind with this first property is it's most likely not going to be your forever home. And I think that now more than ever, the data is showing that 75% of homes purchased last year were by people who aren't purchasing their first home. So they're using the equity that they built up over the years, potentially, I mean, most likely, what most people do, they use that equity and they use that to purchase another home. They can sell and move into something bigger, move into their dream home, or they can take a home equity line of credit and use that to purchase a second home, something like that, or do a cash out refinance to do the exact same thing, purchase in cash. So I thought, I mean, it's very interesting, but I think that's something to keep in mind as you're a first-time home buyer in this market is unless you are very fortunate to be well positioned financially, this probably isn't going to be your forever home. It's probably not going to be your dream home. You're going to have to make some compromises. Some other tips for you, I would say try to avoid multiple offer situations if possible. Depending on the market that you're in, I know here in Vermont, the market is still very competitive. There's a lot of multiple offer situations going on, and the homes getting multiple offer situations are typically going to be the ones that are priced pretty well, or at least accurately, and are in great condition that don't need much work. Now, if you can find something that's a little bit overpriced, but it is still in decent condition, if you're somebody that's not handy, I think that's probably the best opportunity for you. If it's been sitting on the market for really only a week or 2 weeks now, sellers might be willing to negotiate on price, and you can get into a solid property for under list price, keep all your contingencies, and be a happy home buyer. Another option is to buy something that needs a little bit of work. Build some sweat equity. Sweat equity is when you fix up a property yourself, and all of a sudden the price of your home has increased because it's a nicer property. More people want that property, so the value increases. So that's what I would recommend. If you don't want to move far away from town, look for something that's overpriced, that doesn't have too much wrong with it, or the only reason it's sitting on the market is because it's priced too high, and try to get it for under asking, or maybe pay top dollar for it if that's what you want, and it's your dream home, and you intend to be there for, I would say, at least 5 years, or move to a spot a little further outside of town, or look for something that needs to be fixed up. I think if you're a first-time home buyer looking to have success in a very competitive market, those are some great options for you, and you will have success doing one or all of those, buying a home that meets one or all of that criteria. So anyway, Liam O'Reilly, Vermont Economic Realtor. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment in the description. I love to know if you think I'm spot on with these tips for first-time home buyers. Are you a first-time home buyer that is struggling right now in the market? Let me know. If you're looking for a realtor here in Vermont, all my contact information is in the description. I'd be happy to help you out. If you're looking in another part of the country, I would be happy to find you a great realtor who can help you with either the sale of your home or the purchase of your home. Let me vet them for you and make sure that you're in good hands. Other than that, My name is Liam, and I'll see you guys in the next video.